Welcome to Nissi News Bytes at 1.
Hello and good afternoon to you. Welcome to Nissi News Bytes at 1. My name is Isaack, Waweru, and I'm here to update you on the latest news. Remember, today is the 26th of July. It is a very much anticipated day because today is when the presidential candidate will go head-to-head on the presidential debate. So Kenyans are waiting to see whether that will happen amid the confusion within some presidential aspirants saying that they won't attend. But we're still waiting to see, and we'll give you the latest report. Let's get you into the news. On to our first news. President Uhuru Kenyatta has given his piece of advice to the media personnel, urging the fourth estate to be friendly to the society. The president has asked the media family to air stories that are down to create positivity in our country, urging the media house to also try to be patriotic in their reporting. Although the Media Council works under the Council of Law and Regulations globally, Uhuru's advice can be weighed before the advice is fully taken. Our reporter gives us more news.
Uhuru Kenyatta has addressed the journalists on how to focus on creating more positive news and stories. He emphasized on being truthful, and people should learn that the truth hurts. He told the journalists that it doesn't always have to be bad news to sell, but they also need to write positive stories about their country.
Sometimes the truth hurts, and hopefully at the end of the day, you will also learn that it doesn't always have to be bad news, that you have to write bad news to sell. You can also write positive stories about your country, and it sells. You're part of this country. You're part of this country. It's not just the shilling you get from selling your news. You're part of this country. And you need to tell, just like this facility will do, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If it's good, be proud of it, celebrate it, show it. If it's bad, say it. If it's ugly, say it. You know, every day you just want to look for a sensational story. And then you look at the story, the story, the headline, two different things. But it's very sad. But it's hopefully a place like this will also inspire you to do those things, like all countries do. Once you know who you are, once you're proud of who you are, once you are able to acknowledge that no human being is perfect,
and being part of this country, if it is good, be proud of it and celebrate it. As much as Kenya is not a perfect country, we need to learn how to make it great and learn from our mistakes.
To show, because they are, as much as we have challenges, but they are bright spots that can inspire, that can give hope, that can encourage, that can build, that can make great people. You know what I mean? Yeah? They are there. And you just need to bring that out and tell the truth as it is. There's no shame in that. So we will continue to do that. And we are also hopeful that the next government will understand where we were coming from and be able to continue and push that. Because history doesn't end, it is just told. And hopefully we will move from that aspect of being a country where we depend on oral history. And oral history was good at one stage when we were civilized. But since the Mzungu came, we became uncivilized. And lies become the truth. So we need now to actually record so that we are able to have institutional memory.
Reporting for Nissi Bytes, my name is Shalom Wanjera.
Thank you so much for that. And now the presidential debate today's stage is set for the four candidates However, the debate is headed to a halt after some of the two candidates saying that they are not going to participate in the debate. Raila Odinga Battalion has so far said that their flag bearer will not attend. Although Raila has not spoken about the participation, his team has said that he is not willing to share a podium with William Ruto. Our reporter gives us more news.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance and the Roots Party have threatened not to participate in the debate. According to Raila Odinga's team, led by Makau Mutua, their flag bearer will not participate for the reasons they say he cannot share a podium with Ruto, given the deputy president's reputation on integrity. Wajakoya, on the other hand, says he will not share a podium with Waweru. The Roots Party leader says he can only share a podium with the main contestants Raila Odinga and William Ruto.
Mimi naonya hivi, hiyo presidential debate mimi sikuji. Mumeenda kuleta sheria nyingine ya upumbavu, ati mnasema ati tutakuwa na 2 tiers. Ati watu wakisema opinion poll ikisema 5 na juu. Nyinyi mnatubagua kwa nini? Si mndiwachie huyo mzee nicheze na yeye na huyo nani?
The Deputy President William Ruto has so far confirmed his participation despite his earlier reports through his communication personnel that he could not attend due to biasness of media coverage. Reporting for Nissi Bytes at 1, I am Aching Faith.
Now like I said, we are waiting to see how the debate will go. On to another news. The Electoral Agency has said that the elections kit stickers are non-strategic election material, hence no cause for alarm after some were impounded at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport last week. Wafula Chebukati, Independent and Electoral Boundaries Commission I chair, said that an advertisement published in the local daily said that the technology contracted firm, that is Smartmatic, is required to provide stickers to aid in the labeling of each of the KIMs for the purpose of packaging and dispatch to all the polling stations, which is currently underway. And now that brings us to our question today, which we are asking you: do you trust that Wafula Chebukati-led team will conduct a free and fair election? You can tell us through our Facebook platform, on Instagram. You can comment and tell us, and then at the end of the bulletin, we are going to be sampling some of your views. But now, let's get some more reports from our reporter.
Comes a day after the Directorate of Criminal Investigation DCI boss George Kinoti said that the Venezuelans arrested at the JKIA on Thursday were neither IEBC nor Smartmatic staffs but had been in the country at the invitation of a Kenyan named Abdullahi Abdi Mohammed, the Chief Executive Officer of Nairobi-based technology startup Seamless Technologies. Mr. Jose Gregorio Camargo was arrested on Thursday afternoon with 17 rolls of election stickers, while the two others, Joel Gustavo Rodriguez, arrived in the country on July 15 with 9 rolls of the same type of stickers, and Salvador Javier Suarez came with 8 rolls on the same day. Mr. Chebukati has, however, changed the direction of the matter despite the DCI accusing him of insincerity and laxity, but went ahead to assure Kenyans that the commission is committed to delivering a free, fair and credible election amid hard questions from Kenyans on how election-related materials would be carried as personal luggages and the Smartmatic remaining mum regarding its purported 3 employees who were arrested. This comes even as the concerns are being raised on why IEBC settled on Smartmatic without looking into its dark side, even as Mr. Chebukati exudes confidence that the tech company will succeed in its mandate. He also said that the Smartmatic is not providing all the KIMS kit needed for this election, noting that before the contract with the tech firm, the commission had already had 41,000 working kits. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes at 1, my name is Isaack Waweru.
Thank you. The management of Modern Coast Bus Company on Monday evening had to seek alternative means for the hundreds of passengers from Mombasa to different destinations. This is after the government suspended its operations. This follows Sunday evening tragic road accident at Nissi Bridge in Tharaka Nithi County involving one of its buses that has up until now left 35 people dead. Let's get some more news from our reporter.
At Mwembe Tayari bus station in Mombasa, those who had earlier booked travel to different destinations upcountry had no choice but to board different alternative vehicles provided by the firm. Even though the majority were allocated alternative means of transport, some did not manage to travel due to shortage of buses.
They are overnight for us, but still, yeah, you don't see them. They they've locked themselves inside there. We don't know what's going on. There are no updates, and the passengers are just now, they don't know what the next thing is. And we are very much disappointed as much as we can understand the situation, but then to some extent we are now getting rude and rowdy because it is something you can't, a bus which was to leave Mombasa at 3 and it's getting to 5 and I should be reaching there by tomorrow 7. I don't know the time I'll be taking there and I'm very much disappointed.
Kinduzi anachukua kesho. Na ulipa shilingi ngapi? Na nilipa pesa hata tunaenda na mandanda wangu wako pale. Wale pale. Hata marisi yao ndio hiyo. Leo siwezi hapo.
The National Transport and Safety Authority (NTSA) and different government officials and police raided the Modern Coast Yard opposite the Asian Waters in Makupa for inspection of its buses. The company's officials at the bus station declined to speak to the media, but they said they will do it on later date. Reporting for Nissi News Bytes at 1, my name is Isaack, Waweru.
For that, such a sad news, and we are still sending our condolences to the family and friends. On to some international news. Sri Lanka rights group is seeking ex-president Rajapaksa's arrest for war crime. The group filed a criminal report composing Gotabaya for alleged crimes committed during the Sri Lanka civil war. Rajapaksa fled to Singapore mid-July, where he submitted his resignation letter. A South Africa-based rights group has said it is seeking the arrest of ex-Sri Lanka President Gotabaya Rajapaksa for crimes committed during the country's 2009 war crime. Let's get some more news.
Ukrainian official says that Kyiv expects to export grain shipments this week after signing a UN-backed deal to lift Russia's blockade. A Russian strike on the main Ukrainian port of Odessa just hours after the deal was signed in Istanbul had cast doubt on whether Moscow will commit to the agreement. But Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said the attack hit a military target and should not affect the shipments. Ukraine's infrastructure minister Oleksandr Kubrakov, who led this country's delegation in the Istanbul talks, said Kyiv expected to see the agreement begin working in the coming days. He also said that they are preparing for everything to start in the coming week. Reporting for Nissi Bytes at 1, I am Achieng Faith.
Thank you for that. Remember, we are still reminding you of our question to them. That is, do you think that the IEBC, led by the chairman Wafula Chebukati, is capable of handling a free, fair, and credible election? So keep talking to us through our social media platforms. So on to our next news. Ukraine has said it hopes that the United Nations brokered deal aimed to easing global food shortages by resuming grain export from the Black Sea region would start to be implemented this week. Let's get some more news from our reporter.
Moscow brushed aside concerns that the deal could be derailed by a Russian missile strike on Ukraine's port of Odessa on Saturday, saying it targeted only military infrastructure. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has denounced the attack as barbarism that shows Moscow cannot be trusted. A global wheat shortage and soaring European energy prices are some of the most far-reaching effects of Russia's invasion of Ukraine, threatening millions in poorer countries, with hunger and prompting fears in Europe over heating supplies this winter. Reporting for Nissi Bytes, my name is Shalom Wanjera.
Now let's get some sporting action. On to our first sporting news is that Okutoyi, 18 years old, has been ranked at 1,526 in the latest Women's Tennis Association, that is WTA singles ranking released on Monday. While 25-year-old Villette occupies position 906, they are supposed to meet in the first time in the Kenyans' first match since the heroic at Wimbledon. Being 620 place behind the highly experienced French woman means that Okutoyi, who is on the Grand Slam player development program, has some work to do. On to some other sports news is that Bandari Football Club has completed the signing of Omar Somobwana and Mohamed Abeid. Somobwana and Abeid, who joined from AFC Leopard and Coastal Heroes respectively, have been on loan at the club. The pair penned down 2-year contract each and are expected to continue to strengthen Bandari's hunt for their maiden Kenyan Premier League title. In a statement to the media houses today, Bandari Technical Committee Chairman Musa Hassan said that the duo are a reflection of the philosophy that will ensure the longevity of Bandari. We've now come to the end of our sport news. Of course, thank you so much for watching. That's where we put a stop to our news. That's all we had for you today. Thank you so much for watching Nissi Bytes at 1. You can also remember to follow us on all our social media platforms. That is Nissi Television on Facebook and Twitter. And also you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. That is Nissi Television for the latest news updates. We are going to be sampling your views in the 7 p.m. news. So have a good day and keep following the rest of our program. My name is Isaack Waweru and my sign language interpreter has been Grace Moher. Thank you.
Welcome to Nissi Television, the house of rest.